What's up guys, this is Ray from Apple Valley Astrologer. I said I would go ahead and discuss the interpretation for Lilith transiting into Sagittarius. Lilith in Scorpio is now over. Now all the secrets are out. Everyone's motives are known collectively and on a personal basis. Lilith plans to use their secrets and the motives that they may have been withholding from people they know or the public to further divide the tribes of man. So Lilith and Sagittarius specifically, that archetype of sin is associated with a false prophet or some sort of holy figure that is abusing his authority. This archetype uses ideology to subdue or control the facets of man. Sagittarius Gemini modality governs over information, perspective, and what influences one's mind, and the behavior that results in those cognitive thought processes. In ancient astrology, Jupiter, which is obviously the ruler of Sagittarius, was also associated with Pisces. So I'd like to include Pisces in this facet of the interpretation to give the whole picture. So Pisces is the other modality axis with the mutable signs. It shares the polarity of Virgo. Virgo is one of the signs that shares Mercury, which is of the mind, with Gemini. So Gemini and Sagittarius, that is the exposure of ideas, thoughts, and communication. And then Jupiter, Sagittarius, is the form of beliefs and the individual perspective. And Virgo and Pisces Virgo is the discernment. It decides what it believes, what it doesn't, what it accepts, what it is, and what it doesn't. Pisces, also the 12th house and Neptune in general, is associated with delusion, conspiracies, secrets, that sorts of thing. So when you think about the Lilith archetype involved in this, the false prophet, or using ideology or information to warp or mislead the collective, because the collective would also be another manifestation of Neptune on a sociological level. For example, the whole political kind of demographics with a lot of the Trump supporters being in the closet more or less, and them needing to be, per se, because people are, basically feeling that they're doing some sort of righteous movement. And that's another thing that's concerning with Lilith being in Sagittarius. Sagittarius being associated with Jupiter, good fortune, and also this optimism, and then the association with religion and beliefs. When someone actually believes that they're engaging in a righteous cause, or they feel like whatever they're doing is justified by righteous reasons, that's one of the most dangerous dynamics, I think, personally, because they can justify anything in their head to what they're doing. Really, the only thing that keeps people falling through with things is the guilt factor, or them acknowledging that what they're doing is wrong. When you eliminate that, you just increase the chances of there being some sort of abusive, destructive events transpiring because of that. So Lilith being in Sagittarius, as I was saying, will be the manifestation of perpetuating false narratives. It would also manifest as confrontational, antagonistic, because Sagittarius is a fire sign. The fact that on the day that Lilith has transitioned, we had Mars in Aries, Venus in Aries, Saturn's obviously still in Sagittarius, and then obviously we still have Uranus in Aries as well. So the intense fire dynamic will make this more explosive, provoking ideological wars. And people are going to be provoked by antagonistic narratives. The rays of Lilith in Sagittarius is the 6th ray of devotion and idealism, the 5th ray of knowledge and science, and the 4th ray of harmony through conflict. Let me go ahead and look at the chart here. I'll insert it so you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and highlight some aspects that you notice that Lilith is in the 4th house. I mean that she's going to cause instability, havoc, or conflict within the home, within one's domestic environment, anything that has association with the IC, and on a mundane level, the homeland or the home kind of communities. It having a sextile with the moon in the 2nd house in Libra would emphasize that she's able to sway the emotions of people. She is able to control, provoke with people's emotional volatility to further her motives of destruction. The other thing that I also find concerning is we have Venus and Mars technically within orb of a conjunction, which is a combative aspect, and then we also have Uranus up there as well, which would manifest abnormal thoughts, abnormal mental processes, or to have eccentric, even psychopathic kind of ideations. The other thing that we have to look at is that Lilith is in a T-square with the North Node in the 1st house and the Sun in the 7th. So when there's a Sun opposition the North Node in a chart, that would manifest as somebody who sabotaging their own efforts. They could be consciously or subconsciously sabotaging themselves. With Lilith in this T-square here, it would be Lilith seeking out those scenarios of the self, being the Sun, sabotaging its potential future and wedging more of a divide in there. This is the overall theme while Lilith is in Sagittarius. So probably, I don't know if I'll do a podcast or I'll do a video just yet, but just as I did for Lilith and Scorpio, I discussed what the influences are through all the houses. I'll do that as well, just at a later time. And yeah, that's about it.